The Mandalorian Season 3 has slowly been explaining why Din Djarin wasn't cut out to lead Mandalore, and why Bo-Katan is the perfect candidate. Ever since Din Djarin claimed the Darksaber from Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian Season 2 finale, many have wondered if he would be the one to reunite the scattered Mandalorian clans. Yet the Mandalorian Season 3 continues to make it clear that Din is not suited to be the fabled Mandalorian leader. Instead, more and more reasons are coming to light as to why Bo-Katan Kryze should be the one to rule Mandalore, with or without the Darksaber. Even the armorer, who was skeptical at first, now believes that Bo-Katan is the only one qualified to lead the Mandalorian clans in retaking their homeworld. Though it's clear now that Din Djarin is not fit to lead Mandalore, it doesn't mean that his heart is in the wrong place. Some may be disappointed that Bo-Katan stole Din's story of reclaiming Mandalore, but that just means that the Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have something even bigger in mind for Din and Grogu's story. Now that Bo-Katan has been officially labeled as the one to unite the Mandalorian clans, it's important to look at the reasons Din would never have worked as Mandalore's next leader, and why Bo does. 8. Din Djarin isn't great at giving speeches. If the Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5 made one thing clear, it's that Din Djarin doesn't know how to give a proper speech. When he stands before the covert to try and convince them to help Greef Karga, he makes some good points about wanting a better future for the foundlings. But his audience is not convinced. Din lacks the ability to inspire his people to take action, which is an essential quality in the would-be leader of Mandalore. Ultimately, it takes Paz Vizsla's impassioned speech to show the Mandalorians why they need to listen to Din and Bo-Katan. 7. Bo-Katan knows how to rally the Mandalorians. On the other hand, Bo-Katan has already led several Mandalorian groups before, and she knows exactly what needs to be said to get things done. Upon first joining the covert, Bo-Katan redefined her relationships with them by leading the mission to retrieve Ragnar from the Raptor. Similarly, she takes charge in the mission to liberate Navarro, effortlessly delegating tasks to the members of covert. Unlike Din Djarin, when Bo-Katan says something, people cannot help but listen. If anyone has the ability to convince the Mandalorian clans to uproot themselves and head to Mandalore to see the Mythosaur, it's her. 6. Din Djarin lacks the strength to wield the Darksaber. If his escapade in the Book of Boba Fett proved one thing, it's that the Darksaber is wasted on Din Djarin. Because of his inexperience in wielding the blade, he badly injures his leg. Similarly, he has difficulty fighting the Elamites while exploring the depths of Mandalore. The blade seems extremely heavy for him to hold, and it's as if it is fighting against him. He'll need an enormous amount of training and effort in order to wield the blade properly, and even then, it feels as if the Darksaber has chosen someone else to handle it. 5. Bo-Katan is a natural with the Darksaber. While Din struggles to handle the power of the Darksaber, Bo-Katan wields it as if it were an extension of her own arm. When Din is helplessly captured in the Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, Bo-Katan expertly wields the Darksaber to take down the crab-like cyborg. Of course, this isn't the first time she's wielded the blade, since she also laid claim to the throne of Mandalore in Star Wars Rebels with it. Regardless, it's clear that Bo-Katan wields the Darksaber better than Din, which suggests she may have to challenge him to win it back in order to take her place as leader of the Mandalorians. 4. Din Djarin can't empathize with other Mandalorian clans. Perhaps Din's biggest drawback from becoming a leader is his inability to see the other Mandalorian clans as true Mandalorians. Din is fiercely devoted to following the way, to the point where he almost shunned Bo-Katan and Boba Fett for removing their helmets. He's come a long way in overcoming his prejudice in the Mandalorian Season 3, but he still doesn't seem to agree with those who don't hold to his ideals. If he was the one to try and unite the Mandalorian clans, he'd be at an immediate disadvantage due to his strong beliefs. 3. Bo-Katan walks both worlds. Now that Bo-Katan has removed her helmet again, she's technically no longer a true member of Din's covert. Nevertheless, the armorer recognizes that Bo-Katan already proved herself by saving one of their foundlings. In doing so, Bo-Katan unintentionally becomes part of one of the last Mandalorian groups she had yet to join. Now that she's lived among several different Mandalorian groups, she is uniquely placed to go and walk freely among almost any of them. Her skill set and experiences will afford her the best chance at convincing the other Mandalorians that it's finally time to retake Mandalore. 2. Din Djarin lacks a vision for the future of Mandalore. One of the final elements that Din Djarin lacks as a leader is a clear vision. His goal in the Mandalorian Season 3 was to redeem himself in the living waters, and now that he's done that, he seems content to live among the covert once more. He sort of has a plan in the Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5, when he tells the covert that he wants to create a place where the foundlings can play in the sun. But he has little care for other Mandalorian clans outside the covert, and for Mandalore as a planet. Din has the Darksaber but no plan to use it. 1. Bo-Katan never stops dreaming about Mandalore's future. Ever since Bo-Katan was introduced in the Clone Wars, she has always aspired to take the throne and lead her people. To her, it's not merely a birthright, but something that she knows how to do. She has seen people like Darth Maul and her sister Satine fail to balance both strength and peace while ruling Mandalore, so she knows exactly what kind of ruler she needs to become in order to succeed in re-establishing their society. At the beginning of The Mandalorian Season 3, it seemed as if Bo-Katan almost gave up on ruling Mandalore, but after seeing the mythosaur, her resolve was renewed. Overall, Din Djarin would have to go through some massive character changes before ever becoming leadership material, whereas Bo-Katan has already proven herself the best candidate for the next Mandalorian ruler. While it may have been cool to see Din rise up and try to make a society for he and Grogu to live in, it probably wouldn't have been best for the rest of the Mandalorians. Din only has his covert in mind, while Bo-Katan considers practically every Mandalorian under her protection. In any case, the clans will watch her career with great interest as she steps into her role in The Mandalorian. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.